All right. Well, it's the Mick episode here. I mean, hope everyone had a great Christmas. I know I did. I mean, also, obviously earlier today, Virginia Tech won the Military Bowl. So it's a great way to finish out their season. So I'm happy about that, winning the Military Bowl. But yeah, look at that. If you notice, I got the new background, for Instagram Mick. I want to thank, both my dad's girlfriend, Jill Owens, and, RJ Owens, her son, for this great gift. It's amazing. And it's going to look great for the show for many Wednesdays to come. So yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It looks great. It just looks great, everyone. But we got a really good show ahead of us. Obviously, Virginia Tech won. I won my pick of the week, obviously too. Finished +7, but I'm looking better in the bowl picks right now, as well. Yeah, so I started a little rough. Now I'm tied for first. Uncle Mike currently about to control first place because West Virginia thinks was about to win their football game. So I think I got this one wrapped up. Yeah, I'll preview tonight's bowl games. I mean, like not tonight's, but like this week's bowl games start with Thursday night all the way to to New Year's Day. So pretty much that's what we'll be doing tonight. Yeah, so it's gonna be a good show tonight. So let's get in. Without further ado, let's get in the bowl picks for tomorrow's games because we did this today's games, obviously. Oh yeah, Spears. That is definitely a great background. I mean, it's amazing. It's just, I just love it. It's a great addition to it. All right, so let's see this bowl picks. I'm in with Uncle Mike, and my cousin Nick. Let's see what it is. Let's start with tomorrow's games. Start with the first game will be 11 a.m. Fenway Bowl. Oh, absolutely, Big Rep. It is definitely a great background. It is sick, man. It looks great. The Fenway Bowl is between SMU and Boston College. I mean, Boston College should have home field advantage playing at Fenway Park in the Fenway Bowl tomorrow, but they are 1-11 against college football ranked teams, so I'm going to have to go with SMU. I'm going to have to go with them. Going into pretty much Boston College territory, going to Fenway Park and winning the Fenway Bowl. So I got the Mustangs this one. I'm going to start with SMU over BC in that one. So that'll be my pick for tomorrow's games. That'll be the first one tomorrow, 11 a.m. on ESPN. Next will be a 2:15 game, pretty much 2 o'clock, 2:15 game on ESPN as well, is the Pinstripe Bowl. This will be played at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Rutgers at Miami. Rutgers has home field advantage kind of because they're close to the Yankee Stadium. They're close to the New York City area because they're from New Jersey. Meanwhile, Miami lost their star quarterback to the transfer portal. He transferred to Wisconsin. Tyler Van Dyke is no longer with Miami. Rutgers, meanwhile, they're having a tremendous year. You see 16-6 facility. They played good. They competed with Ohio State. No, they lost, but they played competitive with them. They played tough for a while. They beat my Hokies, the game I was at. And Miami, they've been up and down. They kind of just fall apart. So I'm gonna take the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. I'm gonna take Rutgers. They're gonna finally win a bowl game. I feel like I'm gonna take them in this one. I think they'll win it doing Yankee Stadium. They'll win the Pinstripe Bowl. So give me the Scarlet Knights in this one. Oh, this one's a really interesting bowl game at 5:45. This is the Pop-Tarts Bowl here. It is NC State and Kansas State, both ranked opponents. Both had tremendous seasons. Kansas State falling short of making the Big 12 championship. They won the Big 12 last season. This year, same amount, but still ranked. NC State had a great year. Obviously, Brennan Armstrong coming from UVA. He looked good this year. 9-win season. This one I had trouble kind of picking this one. Both explosive. This is going to be a back-and-forth game, but I feel like I got the Wolfpack. I got to take NC State. They're better this year. Dave Doran's defense is going to be a big factor. So I got to go with the Wolfpack in this one. Give me them. All right, the Alamo Bowl. This is played in San Antonio, Texas. It is Arizona and Oklahoma. Both ranked opponents as well, too. Oklahoma started hot, and then they struggled and missed the playoffs. Obviously, they wet the bed on. Arizona, right now, one of the hottest teams in college football. So I'm going to have to go with Arizona in this one. They've been really playing really well. I think they're going to finish strong. Their year strong. Probably finish top 15, close to top 10 in the rankings, in the final rankings once the AP polls come out, once the season's over. So I think I got to go with Arizona. They're going to finish strong this year. They had just been a surprise this year. I'll take them. So, all right, let's look at Friday's games. This upcoming Friday. So, of course, the Arizona-Oklahoma game will be 9 o'clock. That'll be the late one. Start with Friday game. The first will be at noon. This is the Gator Bowl. It's played in Jacksonville, so this is the Jaguar Stadium. It's played there. So, it's Clemson and Kentucky. ACC versus SEC kind of matchup. Clemson failed to have a 10-win season this year. struggling Clemson team this year. I mean, they did all right. They finished 8 wins and all that, but Kentucky's they're up and down. They started undefeated for a while, and then they started struggling. And a tough schedule. Most teams with tough schedules, but I'm gonna go with Kentucky. I think they're more physical than Clemson. I think they're gonna take the advantage. Clemson mediocre. Their struggles continue in the bowl game against Kentucky. So I gotta go with the Wildcats this one. They always finish strong for some reason in bowl games. It feels like Kentucky does. So I'm gonna take them this one over Clemson. The Hyundai Sun Bowl here. I mean, whatever it is, the Sun Bowl. It's Notre Dame and Oregon State. So Notre Dame playing pretty much in an ACC bowl game. So I mean, really, I'm kind of surprised, but still, it should be a good matchup. But DG Uiagalelei, he leaves, he transfers, So Oregon's had a great year. Sam Hartman's not going to play. He's playing for the NFL draft. So this one's for both ranked opponents. Had great seasons. Notre Dame had some key wins. Oregon State played. I mean, they looked good this year, in certain games. But I'm going to have to go with the Fighting Irish this one. I'm going to go with Notre Dame over Oregon State. They'll finish strong. Notre Dame always just think they'll win this one. So I got to go with the Irish always. I can't pick against them this one. Despite the Big 12, the Pac-12 having a great season, that conference, I'll go with them. Next, the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. It is Memphis and Iowa State. This game is played in Memphis, so this is in Memphis' own stadium. So this is like home field advantage to them. Meanwhile, Iowa State, the last time these two met was in the Liberty Bowl, and Iowa State beat them in 2017. So I had trouble picking this one, but Iowa State, I think they're going to finish strong and win in Memphis' own stadium. I think they'll win the Liberty Bowl. So I'll go with the Cyclones this one. Ooh, this one's a really good matchup. That's the top 10 matchup here. Friday night, 8:30 on ESPN, the Cotton Bowl. It is Missouri and Ohio State. Ohio State failed to make the playoffs this year. I mean, after losing to Michigan this year in the regular season. So, and Missouri just having a surprising year, 10-win season, trying to win a New Year's Six Bowl. It's the first time they've appeared in New Year's Six Bowl in like quite a while. So I'm really, I would take Ohio State in this one, but their quarterback transferred and their star wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. is uncertain what he wants to do. I mean, he's still uncertain now, but I feel like he's going to play. But at the same time, if he doesn't, it's going to be a factor. But either way, I'm taking Missouri. I'm taking the upset. I'm going with Missouri over the Buckeyes. They had a great year. I think they want this more than the Buckeyes. But I like to see Marvin Harrison Jr. play one more time. But I feel like he doesn't want to ruin his draft stock. I feel like so. I'm gonna go with the Buckeyes. I mean, not the Buckeyes, but the Missouri over this one. I got the Tigers. Go with Mizzou. I got to go with the upset over the Buckeyes. Especially Marvin Harrison Jr. is not going to play if he wants to ruin his draft stock. So give me Mizzou in the upset. Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a bold choice, but I just feel confident about this Missouri team. The way they've been playing, their offense has been phenomenal, especially when they hung in there with Georgia and like LSU. Well, let's move on to Saturday's game. I can't believe it. This is the last college football Saturday of the season this Saturday. Kind of sad to think about. The college football season is pretty much coming close to an end. It's another New Year's Six bowl game. It's the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. This is a number 11 Ole Miss takes on number 10 Penn State. Ooh, this is going to be a great matchup. SEC and Big Ten, Ole Miss, the year you have, we'll see at Jackson. I mean, Jackson Dart's been great. Penn State's defense is big. I mean, they're good. I had trouble picking this one. This is an SEC country. This is in Atlanta, but I'm going to take the Nittany Lions. They won the Rose Bowl last season. They'll win another New Year's Six bowl game. Hello? Absolutely. Both our teams look great today. No, never really. It's never happened. Where West Virginia and Virginia Tech both look great. It's just an amazing day for football. Both finished great. I mean, Virginia Tech finally winning season for the first time in 4 years. So they're gonna be tough to beat next year in the ACC next year. Oh yeah, WVU. They're both gonna have solid years come next season. Absolutely. Of course. I mean, I can't believe they pulled it off over the Chiefs. That was my pick of the week in my pool, so I won that one. I picked the Raiders. Oh yeah, that's because the spread was 9.5. Yeah, but I pulled that one off still. Man, WVU, just amazing. Oh yeah, that's right. AEW's on tonight. That's right. Let's see, Ram. That is my West Virginia buddy Ryan Freeble. Just calling. He's hyped about the win. He's like, because West Virginia's under 5 minutes to go in that one, so yeah, he's hyped about this one. So yeah, he's hyped about this one. So we have WVU. I picked West Virginia, so I'm gonna win this one. I'm gonna take control first place in the bowl picks. But yep, I got the Nittany Lions over Ole Miss in this one, like Saturday night. So Saturday afternoon at noon. So yeah, I got this one. I got Penn State in this one. Give me the Nittany Lions. All right, 2 o'clock on ABC. This is the Music City Bowl from Nashville, Tennessee. So the Titans play in Nissan Stadium. So this is Auburn versus Maryland. I mean, Maryland now officially, we realize that now Taulia Tagovailoa will not play. So Tua's brother will not play for Maryland. He will opt out of the bowl game and get ready for the draft. But, I mean, Auburn's had a down year, but they did play Alabama tough. At the same time, I kind of like Maryland still. Their offense is still fun. I mean, I got to take Maryland still. Auburn, not that great this year still. They played Alabama tough, but I just see Maryland win. I just really see Maryland finishing strong. The year they had, the numbers Taulia Tagovailoa put up. It's just too bad he's not going to play in the bowl game, but I kind of get it. Respect the decision, It's kind of same time letting your teammates down if you want to win a bowl game. But I feel like Maryland will pull it off still. I got them in the Music City Bowl. This one's a really tricky game. Both teams getting stuff for playoffs this next game. 4:30, actually 4:30 or 4 o'clock on ESPN this Saturday. This is because the reason why they're doing these games early is because they got the Saturday night NFL game on ESPN. That's right, the Cowboys Lions. We'll get in that later. So I got Georgia and Florida State in the Capital One Orange Bowl. It's a tough one. Florida State is pissed off after after getting snubbed from the playoffs this year, undefeated season and all. Georgia, they got snubbed kind of after their only loss this season was the Alabama in the SEC championship game. So their season got ruined, but this is their consolation. But I really had trouble because Florida State's got a lot of key players out, same as Georgia because of the draft and all that stuff, transfer portal and all that. So both these teams want to win it more, but I feel like Florida State's out to prove something after missing out the playoffs, despite the struggling offense without Jordan Travis. But I'm gonna take the Seminoles in the upset kind of over Georgia. Yes, Georgia's number 6 and Florida State's number 5, but I like the Noles in the upset. I think they got something to prove after missing the playoffs this year, getting snubbed after an undefeated season. They got something to prove in this one. So I got them winning the Orange Bowl, especially because it's in Miami, Florida, too. So yeah, they got something to prove in this one. So I'll give me the Noles. Next, the Barstool Sports Bowl. This is the Arizona. It's out in Arizona. It's a big thing now. It'll be aired 4:30 on CW Network. So yeah, on your local listing. So check your local listing for this one. It is Toledo and Wyoming in the Barstool Sports Bowl. I mean, this one I had trouble picking. Yes, I know Wyoming's Josh Allen's alma mater, but I like Toledo in this one. After losing their conference championship game, they're out to just finish the season strong. They had, so I gotta give me the Rockets. Give me Toledo in this one. All right, so now we move on to New Year's Day. The bowl games on New Year's Day. The ReliaQuest Bowl from Tampa, Florida. It is Wisconsin and LSU. LSU will be without their Heisman quarterback. Jaden Daniels just won the Heisman this month, early in the month. So he will opt out of the bowl game and declare for the NFL draft, their current Heisman winner. So yeah. But I like LSU's offense. I like what they've been. Wisconsin's a physical team, but they're just going to be outmatched by this LSU team. I feel like LSU is going to finish the year strong. So give me the Tigers this one, the ReliaQuest Bowl. That'll be noon on Monday on New Year's Day on ESPN2. Next, this is a New Year's 6 bowl game, 1 o'clock on ESPN this Monday. It is the Fiesta Bowl. It's undefeated Liberty, 13-0, taking on this Oregon team who finished the year, 11-2. Both their losses came against Washington, who are in the playoffs. Liberty is ready for the big stage, but I'd say the answer. I was good thinking of picking them, but I'd say no. I got to go with Oregon. Bo Nix will play for Oregon, so he's out. So he's going to show something to prove that, hey, maybe it's playoffs. We're about to win a New Year's 6 bowl. Liberty is just, they had some amazing 13-0, but still, they're no match for Oregon or a powerhouse team like them. So I got to go with the Ducks in this one. They're going to finish the year strong and win the Fiesta Bowl. That'll be 1 o'clock on ESPN. This is 1 o'clock on ABC. This next game right here. It is the Citrus Bowl, the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl here. It's Tennessee and Iowa. Iowa, the Big Ten runner-up this year in the Big Ten championship game. Meanwhile, Tennessee missed the bowl game, but they had still a tremendous season. But Joe Milton for Tennessee, as I just heard, is opted out. He will not play in the bowl game for Tennessee. Iowa's at an up and down offense this year. They're such a weird team. There's very low scoring, very physical team. Despite Milton not playing, I still will take Tennessee in this one. I like the Vols in this one. I think they'll beat Iowa. It's not going to be close. I got Tennessee big in this one, no matter what. No matter who's the quarterback. So I'll go with Tennessee in this one. Now let's move on to the college football playoffs this Monday. Oh, yeah. We kind of talked about this last week when I was with Max and Quinn last week, I'm going to have to go. I mean, this is the first one. This is the Rose Bowl game. This is the college football playoff game at 5 o'clock in ESPN. This is a big one here. Probably the best matchup in the playoffs, they're saying. Battle of powerhouses, battle of just historic colleges, Alabama and Michigan. Alabama, the 4 seed, and Michigan, the 1 seed. Michigan undefeated right now. I mean, they're the Big Ten champs. Well, Alabama snuck their way in the SEC championship winning. So this is a really good matchup. Michigan's had a lot of, just a lot of adversity, a lot of hate. I mean, they're like the big villains in this one, they're saying. I mean, if Michigan wins this, I feel like Harbaugh will go down as a great Michigan coach. I mean, I feel like this is it for Harbaugh. They're going to offer him a job in the NFL. The NFL's going to offer him a coaching job. I feel like that's what's going to happen. This is pretty much his last season, I feel like, the way I see it. So, in this one, I will take Michigan. I had trouble picking this one. I mean, everyone thinks Alabama's a better team. Yes, but I'm going to go with the Wolverines. The run game's great, and Alabama's – I mean, we were talking about the college football playoffs this Monday. So, I'm going to take Michigan over Alabama in this one. Who's going to win the vote? Oh, that's a good one. But yeah, I think Michigan wins the Rose Bowl. They'll win it. Let's move on to the All-State Sugar Bowl, the second playoff game. The last play. I mean, here we go. Texas and Washington. I mean, both these teams just tremendous high-powered offenses this year. These two teams are tremendous. Washington had an undefeated season, winning the Pac-12 this year. Texas is back and for real, making the playoffs this year, winning the Big 12. I mean, I don't know. I like both these teams. I mean, this one I had trouble with, but I'm going to go with the Texas Longhorns to win their playoff game. I like the Longhorns. I think they're the better team. Their defense, their front end is really great. Just phenomenal team. I mean, I like them. This one, I like Texas in this one. Quinn Ewers has something to prove. I think this Texas team is real. I got them in Michigan competing in the national championship game. We'll talk about the national championship game on my next week's show. But yeah, those are my rest of my college bowl picks, pretty much. Let's move on to MSP this week. The real one. There we go. The NFL picks for this week. Week 17. We're already on. I mean, it's crazy. We're already on week 17. Most of the games. This is the last, NFL week in 2023 because that's right. Because week 18 will be in the new year, 2024. So it's crazy to think about it. See, this is a big week for a lot of NFL teams. Let's start with the Thursday night game tomorrow night. The New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns. The spread is 7.5 on the pool. I mean, the Jets looked better last week, but at the same time, they kind of got lucky. They barely beat the Washington Commanders. They blew. They were down by 1, but they squeaked out of there. Just eked the win. I mean, unbelievable. But I still won that pick because the Jets didn't cover. I'm going to take the Browns. The Browns looked just great last week. Amari Cooper just put up some just ridiculous numbers last week against the Texans. I'm gonna take the Browns. They're gonna cover the 7.5 point spread. It's at home. They'll win and clinch a spot in the playoffs. So they'll clinch the 5 seed at least. So yeah, that's why I like in that one. So I'll take the Browns. Let's move on to the Saturday edition of Monday Night Football because there's no Monday Night Football game this week due to the college football playoffs. So who do I like in this matchup? Between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. I had trouble with this one. Spread's 6.5. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions, actually. I'll take the spread. I'll take the points. I like the Cowboys don't cover. I think the Lions look great. I mean, yes, they barely beat the Vikings, but those are division games, if you think about it. Now I think they'll at least win this one to show that they're want to at least get the 2 seed or 3 seed, just to have a home playoff game. They pretty much got there to clinch the division last week. So I'm going to take the Detroit Lions in this one. Let's move on to the Sunday games. New Year's Eve on the last Sunday of 2023. Let's start with one of the big matchups here. The Miami Dolphins at the Baltimore Ravens. Spread's 3.5, favored by the Ravens. Ravens just shocked pretty much the whole world. They're a great team, but just coming into San Francisco this past Monday night and just dominating the 49ers. Defense and offense. That was a complete team effort by this football team. Unbelievable. Meanwhile, the Dolphins found a way to beat the Cowboys. As a Bills fan, you got to have the Ravens win this week. And that's what I'm taking. Not because of the playoff position, but I think the Ravens are that good. Dolphins are have problems with this Ravens team. So really just give me the Ravens. They'll cover the spread and just blow out the Dolphins. All right, let's move on to my game. The Buffalo Bills. They're hosting the New England Patriots. Patriots, pretty much spoiling Denver's chance to make the playoffs, Patriots winning on Christmas Eve, that was there, and the Bills found a way. They found a way just to beat the Chargers. It was a crazy game. They had 3 turnovers and still found a way to win. It doesn't matter if it's pretty or not. And it's hard to win a game in the NFL. The Bills found a way to do it. The spread's 11.5. I'm kind of having mixed emotions on this pick. Obviously, I can't pick against the Bills, but just the points, I just might take the Patriots in this one. I'm going to take the Bills still. Just to cover, I feel like the Bills are going to make a statement. After barely winning last week, I feel like they're going to be fired up. It's like, we should have done better even though we won, but still, we should have had a better offense going, So I'm going to take the Bills and the points in the cover and also just to win outright. I'll give me the Bills over the Patriots. And this one's a big one here for the Falcons. Here, so they did another must-win game for them going into Chicago as 2.5-point underdogs against the Bears. Bears played a little bit better, Justin Fields starting to play a little bit better, but you just don't know if he's going to be the starter next season. So he's pretty much playing for a contract. That's what he's pretty much doing. So I'm pretty much going to take I'm having trouble with this pick, but I'm going to take the Bears. I'll take the spread in this one. I just think the Falcons, I don't know what to think of this Falcons team this year. They're just a weird team. They helped the Bills last week, yes, but I just don't know what to think of this team this year. I'm going to take the Bears in this one. Next up, we got an AFC South battle here. The Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. These two met just a couple weeks ago. And went to overtime. The Texans found a way to win in Nashville. This time it's in Houston. We'll see if C.J. Stroud, he's back in practice today, which is a good sign if you're a Texans fan. But the Titans played the Seattle tough. They really did. They played tough, but they came up a little bit short. So I'm going to take the points. The spread's fair of 3.5 by the Texans. I'm going to take the Titans this one. I like them this time. I think they'll beat the Texans this time. I really think so. Another 1 o'clock game. The Las Vegas Raiders hosting the they're at Indianapolis. So this is a big one for the Colts. This is a must win for them. And the Raiders are kind of got themselves out of this. They surprised pretty much the world on Christmas Day by beating, Kansas City, which I won my pick of the week. I called it. All right, getting my call here. Hello?
What's up, Mr. Betterman?
How you doing? You there?
Yeah, is it crazy that the Bills can lock in the playoff spot this week?
It's kind of crazy. I can't believe it. I can't believe we're actually close to making the playoffs.
And we're actually going to do it.
I think so. We just got to take care of business this Sunday against New England and at home.
And the Dolphins are going down this week.
Oh, I think so. They got lucky against the Cowboys, and this Ravens team just looked for real. The way they played against the 49ers Monday night.
And I think we're going to beat the Patriots.
I think this time we will. It depends on how we do. If we get a hot start, I feel like we're going to win the game like blowout fashion.
You might think I'm crazy. You know why?
Why?
I think Detroit is actually going to beat Dallas.
I'm thinking the same opinion actually. I kind of called it. I think Detroit's going to beat them. I really think so. Dallas, they're still good, but at the same time, they just choke in big games. Look what happened last week against the Dolphins.
And you know what my Patriots fan is telling me?
What?
They're telling me they're going to sweep us.
You never know. They did get a big win over Denver.
And how much do you think we're going to win?
I think they'll at least win by double figures, at least by double digits, maybe. It could be closer, but at the same time, I feel like we'll at least win by double digits if we get off to a hot start. Our offense gets really going like we did against Dallas,
And Max Jones is not playing.
No, it's be Bailey Zappi this time. That's right. Bailey Zappi got a game-winning drive in Denver.
What's your opinion on the Chargers versus the Bills?
Crazy game. Especially just kind of stressed me out at the end. Give the Chargers credit. You knew they're a hungry team after they're getting their coach fired, and obviously give up the 3 points before they played us against the Raiders.
But I can't believe the Raiders beat the Chiefs.
I kind of expected at the same time. I did not expect them to just actually win outright. I expected to be closer than the spread was last week.
And what do you think what happened to the Chiefs?
I'd say they're one and done. Honestly, the Chiefs will still lock out the division, but they're going to be one and done. They're not going to win a game in the playoffs. If this team keeps us up the same way they've been playing lately.
When I look at the playoff picture, it looks like the Bills possibly go to the conference round.
It could happen. It's just all that matters. We got to worry about taking care of business Sunday in New England and move on, try to win the division against the Dolphins. Hope we need some help from the Dolphins, like by losing to the Ravens.
If the Bills versus Dolphins game is for the division, that's definitely gonna be a primetime game.
Easily. I was hearing stuff for a couple weeks ago. I think I was hearing rumors about that.
And that's what Dolphins fans are saying.
Are they getting arrogant still?
Yeah, and they're remembering when they beat Miami last year.
Thing is, they got lucky. We outplayed them most of that game last year.
Do you think it's going to be close?
I think this time will be closer than last game, I feel like, but I still think we'll win.
If we still win the division after this crazy year, I would never shut up about that one.
Absolutely.
Do you have any Dolphin fans?
I kind of have some.
What are they saying about the division?
Nah, they've kind of been quiet because they know the Bills are coming back.
Do you remember that's what Tyler Sports is saying?
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Sports saying they're going Super Bowl this year.
Nah, I don't see it at all.
I'll talk to you later.
Go Bills. All right, back to my next pick. Like we were discussing, I took the Raiders, and I'm gonna take the Raiders this one over the Colts. I think the spread's 2.5 favored by the Colts. I'm gonna take the Raiders in this one. I think the Raiders are playing better lately, so I'm gonna take them in this one. Let's move on to the next 1 o'clock game. The Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's in Jacksonville, but Jacksonville's not been playing their best football. They've been really on a losing streak. Lawrence now injured again. He got injured again. They're saying we don't know if he's going to play against Carolina now. Is what I've been hearing. And Carolina, they played Green Bay down the wire. They played Green Bay pretty close this past Sunday. And I got that pick right somehow because the spread was 4.5. Even though the Panthers lost, but still, I called it. It was to be closer than the 4.5 spread. I just knew Carolina would play Green Bay pretty tough. We'll see how Trevor Lawrence's status in that one, but Carolina played their best football last week, even though they lost. But we'll limit throwing. Lawrence thinks he feels better. We'll see. But the spread's 6.5. I'm gonna take Carolina again. I think Jacksonville's not playing that great. Jacksonville, it's gonna be an ugly win for the Jaguars. I feel like if the Jaguars win, it's gonna be an ugly way. I really think it's gonna be. They're just not that great as everyone thought they would be most of the year. Yes, to beat the Bills, but the thing is, they were on a hot streak. The thing is, it was in London, and they were already there for a week and all that. Still, this Jaguars team is not that good. If this is a game they turn out, I could be wrong in this pick, but at the same time, I'm taking the points. I just don't see Jacksonville winning, but covering the spread. They'll at least win, but not covering. So give me the Panthers in the one. All right, let's move on to the LA Rams at the New York Giants. The spread's 6.5 favored by the Rams. Rams have been playing really just great lately. They're proving that they were playoff. They want to be in the playoffs. They look like a dangerous wild card team if they clinch a spot. The Giants, meanwhile, they played Philadelphia pretty tough. They're down by a lot of points. and still came back. Made it close, but the Eagles found a way to just win that one. We'll get to that next. Rams, I mean, they look good in the Thursday night game. I mean, I don't know. I think the Rams want it more because, I mean, they're still bound for playoffs, but those games kind of scary a little bit. The Giants did beat the Packers this year, but I'm still taking the spread. I think the Rams will cover. I got them in this one. They'll at least win by 7 points or more. And I think they're going to pretty much lock their spot for the playoffs. I think they're controlling their destiny at this point. So give me the Rams. Let's move on to the Arizona Cardinals at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles, they're just the most inconsistent team. You know, they're really good at it sometimes, but at the same time, they're just frauds. They're just like the Chiefs are kind of like frauds this year. I just don't get them this year. They had a big lead against the Giants, but almost blew it. They blew that pick for me. They blew a chance for me to win MSP. Those fuckers. And the Cardinals, they suck. Obviously, they lost to the Bears. Spread's 10.5 favored by the Eagles. Do I take the Eagles in the spread? I mean, I don't know. I'll take them this week. This time. I feel like this time because they're playing the Cardinals. The Cardinals aren't that good. I said that about the Giants, but that was, but Max called it. It was be a closer game. But I'll take the Eagles in this one. They'll cover this time. They'll finally cover this time. They're so just inconsistent. So I just don't see them going far in the playoffs. Next, this is a crucial NFC South showdown here. It's New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs win this one. I say they're pretty much locked in to win the division, I feel like, if they win this one. Saints, meanwhile, this is like they're a desperate team after a tough loss last week. Spread's 2.5. I'm gonna take the Bucs this one. I mean, yes, in the beginning of the year, my predictions before the season started, I had the Saints winning the South. But now, the way I've seen these teams play this year, I think the Bucs look really just good. The way the Bucs just dominated Jacksonville, and they played against Green Bay the week before that. So I like the Bucs this one. I think they're gonna win the division. So give me the Tampa Bay over New Orleans. Last 1 o'clock one here. San Francisco 49ers at the Washington Commanders. Commanders, I mean, just almost the comeback fell short, but the 49ers coming in pissed off after losing the Ravens on Christmas night, this past Monday night. So the spread's 13.5, favored by the 49ers. I'm going to take that one. Washington's not that good. Yes, last thing Washington play the Jets, but I think the 49ers are going to come in. They're going to be fired up. They're going to blow out Washington on the road. So I'll take the Niners in this one. Oh, here we go. This is another big one. Other than the Bills game I'm looking forward to, I'm really looking forward to this game right here. This 4 o'clock game on Fox. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Seattle Seahawks. Like, damn it, this is a big game for me. Because I'm watching this game with my buddy Max Garvin. Obviously we're gonna piss off Ryan Reason. I tell you that me and Max will be. I'm telling you that. That's what me and Max are gonna do. I'll be wearing the Steelers gear just like last week. Pretty much, that's what we'll be doing. Oh, man. I mean, both these teams desperate. I mean, Seattle holding on to the 7th seed as of right now. This is a must-win for them. A must-win for the Steelers because they're in the hunt. The spread's 3.5 favored by the Seahawks. Who do I take? I'll tell you who I'm taking. I'm definitely taking the Steelers. Fuck Seattle. And this is my pick of the week as well. Seahawks can kiss my ass. That's my pick of the week. Going with Pittsburgh. I'm going to go. All right, here we go. The 4:25 game on CBS. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City Chiefs. This is an AFC Championship rematch from last season. This is a different story this year. Chiefs, inconsistent, just like a lot of receivers dropping passes. And you got the Bengals without Joe Burrow after having a season-ending injury last month. Bengals fighting for their playoff lives at this point, after the tough loss to Steelers. I mean, just getting their ass kicked. So who I like in this one? I mean, the spread's 7.5. I'm going to take this points. This one, though, the Bengals, but I say the Chiefs barely win. Chiefs are the fakest team in the NFL. They are just terrible. Mahomes is getting more angry at his coaches and his teammates. I mean, I get it at the same time he wants to win, but at the same time, good God. Blame it on yourself sometimes. Take responsibility for some of your losses. You threw a pick 6, for God's sakes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Chilling with all that kind of ghost Steeler. Absolutely. That's my pick of the week. So I got the Bengals in this one over Kansas City. Kansas City's terrible. This is the AFC West battle here. Both these teams, I mean, pretty much kind of a crap bowl kind of. But Broncos odds just grew slim after that loss to the Patriots. Chargers looked great last week. I mean, but come up a little bit short against the Bills. Spread's 5.5. I think Denver's going to respond after the loss. I feel like they're going to win this one. They'll cover 5.5 points, but I'll take Denver in this one. But last but not least, the Sunday night game on New Year's Eve. Well, the ball drafts and all that, 8 o'clock on Sunday Night Football. It's the Green Bay Packers and Minnesota Vikings. Both, that's a big game for both of them. If they want to stay in the playoff picture, they got to win. One of them's got to win this game. Spread's 1.5 favored by the Vikings at home. The Vikings got they look great. They kept a close game with the Lions. But at the same time, Justin Jefferson, pretty much most of their key guys are back. Nick Mullins up and down still. At the same time, I feel like the Vikings have a great game, but the Packers defense are going to give them fits at times and times. Packers got lucky last week. Yes, they were shorthanded receivers, but still, they got lucky against the worst team in the NFL. And I don't see them win this football game at all. I think the Packers can get their ass kicked this Sunday. So I'm going to take Minnesota. The cover spread, not just like 1.5, but I think they're just going to blow them out of the building. Pretty much ruin their playoff chances. I don't see Green Bay win this one. They're going to get their ass kicked. They're going to get exposed, especially after we saw last week. So give me the Vikings. That'll pretty much wrap it up here for Instigator Mick. Hope everyone enjoy the holidays. Have a happy New Year. I'll be back here next week. Of course, in the year 2044. That's right. New Year will be next week for next week's shows. Thank you all for tuning in.